It's fun.
What's up, Buckeye Nation? You're tuned in to the Buckye Cast, coming at you loud and proud, bringing strong opinions and salty humor to Ohio State football. These fellas were born and bred in the Buckeye State, and their brand of banter is guaranteed to entertain and excite you. But if you're not a Buckeye, don't bother. Visit us at thebuckeyecast.com and follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at the Buckeye Cast to stay up to date on all things Ohio State football. And be sure to subscribe on iTunes, SoundCloud, or Stitcher. Now here's your host, Joe Warwick.
What's up, Buckeye Nation? This is Joe Warwick, bringing you the Buckeye Cast once again. I got my brother Jeff over in Orlando.
What's up, Joe? What's up, Buckeye Nation?
And I got my boy Sean up in Detroit still. He successfully made it home from a venture east, and by east I mean Japan. We don't need to get into that right now. Probably not something he wants to broadcast to the world. Anyway, Henry.
Domo arigato.
Good to see you. All right, boys.
Mr. Roboto.
All right. Right off the top, I want to say that my teammates last week let me down as quarterback of this show. I think that when the QB has his helmet on sideways and can't speak clearly, that it's up to his co-hosts, Sean and Jeff, to call an audible and maybe abort the show, because somebody obviously didn't show up right. And that, I'm referring to myself, obviously. I was a bit of a train wreck. I couldn't say two words without offending someone or cursing. I think the word bullshit was sprinkled throughout the hour, almost hour and a half podcast. So
it was peppered, Joe. It was peppered throughout the podcast.
Just peppered? Okay, I thought it was sprinkled. That's fine. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that. You're lucky I went back and cleaned it up. It could have been worse. So
the original was awesome.
Yeah. Try re-listening to that on a hangover the next day. All right, so let's jump into this whiskey game. Fuck. I don't know where to start. We were outplayed most of the game. Not often you can say that at Ohio State. Let's get some quick takeaways from you guys. Jeff, what do you think? Your quick impression after the game?
Wisconsin's way better than I thought. They look like a different team than what I saw against Michigan. Their defense is great. They looked more prepared than we did. Hey, maybe it was that week off, that extra week they had. But give credit to their coaching staff. They had that team ready to play. I don't know if they could have played a better game. I think in the end our talent just won over. But I think they were better prepared, and I think they did outplay us.
No doubt they did, but I still don't think, I don't know, I don't think they're as good as they showed that week. I don't think we played that well. They were more prepared, they had the bye week, but our offense it seemed to sputter the whole time. We gave up big play after big play on defense. It was, I don't know, we didn't do a lot of things right. I feel like we're playing scared. Our offense is going down every week. I don't know if it's because we're in the Big Ten, what's going on, but Wisconsin's solid, but there's no reason that we couldn't show out a little bit better than that.
Let me jump in right there. I'm going to go a little stronger than solid for Wisconsin, man. That's a legit top 10 team. Maybe not top 5, but especially that defense. Take the
defense is top 5. The defense is top 5.
Jesus Christ. Take the freshman quarterback out of the equation, but every other unit on that team, O-line, D-line, linebackers, running backs, hell, I would almost say the receivers were better. Almost. But that is a complete team, well coached. I'll give them the bye week. It helps to have 2 weeks to work on some stuff that they haven't shown on video previously. Obviously that jet sweep is something they ripped from us from years past and incorporated that, and we didn't know how to defend it in the first half. So I'm going to give them a lot of credit from a coaching standpoint and from a player standpoint. Honestly, I think most of their units played well. Jeff, what were you going to say?
No, I was just going to say they showed a lot of formations and plays that nobody's seen before.
Right.
They came up with a whole new deal.
Yeah. And they had 2 weeks to work on it.
Right. And some very frustrating points, though, with regards to the jet sweep, for one. I'm not sure how we didn't figure out how to stop it. I understand that being ran, but they ran it with the same guy out of the same formation repeatedly, and there wasn't anything changed to it. Right. Our lack of adapting to it was very frustrating to watch. I was just waiting for us to get burnt with the deep pass behind it, with the fake. But they did come out with a lot of stuff that it seems like our defense wasn't aware of, or didn't see, or wasn't prepared for. And their defense is a top 5 defense in the country. Yeah. I don't give a shit. I watch college football. I watch 10 games every weekend. That's one of the best defenses in the country. I think ours is better still.
The RD we got to go in there thinking stop the run, right? And Clement goes for $164. How do you?
He had 97 in the first quarter.
Right.
I mean, we made adjustments in the run game.
And the bulk of that was that big 60, 70-yard run in the first quarter where Worley almost stripped him. So one play, I'll give you that. I'll give the defense a break on that big play. But, yeah, it was a consistent ground game, and I think it's our youth on the D-line that is mostly to blame for that.
Well, that long run by Clement, Conley was right in the hole, and he just missed the tackle.
Yeah.
And Hooker had a chance at him, and he whipped. But Conley squared up in the hole, couldn't make that tackle one-on-one, and that's how then he broke to the sideline. That's just missed tackles.
Somebody explain to me the rule on that fumble and how that works, because I would have thought that was Buckeye football. I still don't get it. I was listening to the game. I wasn't watching it. I saw the replay real quick, but I don't understand how that works.
Joe, you want to take that?
Sure. An Ohio State player was out of bounds. It was Worley, and he touched the ball when it was loose. So if somebody is out of bounds touching a loose ball, it's a dead ball, no matter if it's offense, defense. And if the defense does not establish possession before the ball is considered dead, then it goes back to the offense, no matter where it's at on the field. I had a huge problem with that play. I think, as you and I talked offline, Sean, I think is it not a penalty to be the first person to touch a ball after going out of bounds? Because I know Clement touched it when it came back in bounds.
Yeah, you can't be an offensive player and do it. I know that's illegal.
It seemed like an illegal touching, if anything, on the offense. I'd have to go back and watch it again in detail, in slow-mo.
But he didn't reestablish himself. I think that's
right. He was out of bounds, right, and he never established himself back in bounds because he was falling down, and the ball was still in bounds, but Worley was out of bounds. So tell me this: if I'm jumping on top of a ball and it's going to be like 100% that I got the ball, and you're out of bounds, and you touch that ball with one finger, then it's your ball, and I don't get it. Yeah. We've seen it in the NFL where a guy is like half of his body's laying out of bounds, but he recovers the ball in the field of play, and it's a dead ball already as soon as he does that and goes back to the offense.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, and I was fucking livid after that play. I was like, God, that ball fell through his legs.
Did it touch him?
I never thought it touched Worley. I never saw it touch Worley. It hit Clement's ankle that was inbounds while his hand and forearm had already touched out of bounds.
Right. Well,
it's a crazy rule, and
it was a crazy play, and no ref on the field would have gotten that right.
No,
you
couldn't have.
And it's a matter of overruling it.
But hell of a play by Worley to get down and make that. He had two hands on the ball when Worley still stripped it from him, catching him from behind. And also on that play, go ahead, Joe.
No, I was just going to say, it tells you about Worley's wheels. That dude fucking got down there on a running back.
Yeah, and Denzel Ward also allowed Worley to get to him by staying ahead of. Denzel Ward could have ran right past him, but he was getting blocked. But he stayed ahead.
Yeah, enough
of
to
the running back,
pin him into the sideline.
Yes, to pin him to the sideline, so he couldn't cut it back. If Ward would have just went for the tackle, he could have cut back towards the middle of the field, and I don't think anybody would have caught him. But overall, I mean, great play by both of them as a hustle.
I'm really watching the play right now. So
we missed two guys. Two guys missed the tackle that would have been inside a 5 to 8 yard gain.
So technically, when the ball came loose, Worley was completely out of bounds. His feet were touching the sideline, and then because he's using his left arm to knock it out, and so it falls down in between the running back's legs, and the running back is out of bounds because his elbow is on the sideline as well when the ball trickles between his legs and hits him in the thighs, kind of. So they were both technically out of bounds. Only the running back touched it, not Worley actually ever touched the ball. And it squirted out towards the center of the field, and the Buckeyes, picked it up and ran with it and did nothing. But so yeah, messed up situation. One of those things that you really need in the first quarter of a game like this as a Buckeye. So yeah, that would have been a nice to have, but you can't really depend on turnovers to win a game.
No, but can I depend on not 65-yard runs?
Well, yeah, that they scored a touchdown on that drive.
That was the pass to Peavy down the seam.
Yep, exactly.
Over Webb.
Yep, and this is let's not get into Damon Webb yet, because you guys know how I feel about him.
Well, I feel like that pass to Peavy is what we used to do, and we don't do that anymore. I don't know.
Up the seam?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we don't do a lot of passing whatsoever, honestly. That's not exactly our strength. So
it's a great route combination, though. Guy on the sideline, 9 route, guy in the seam, 9 route, and you got the tight end running right with the guy in the seam. He turns around for a 10-yard hook. You're trying to get that safety to jump the hook, and which Damon Webb did, of course. And boom, guy's open right down the middle.
Right. So
he could have ran for 80 yards on that play.
Yeah. Nobody was near.
Yeah. So anyway, like I talked to Sean earlier today, and it sounded like he had an ice bag on his head. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I'm hearing things. To come back, I was pissed off when I went to bed Saturday after the game at almost midnight. I was pretty pissed off at how close it was, because we were expecting a double-digit victory, and with the spread being close to 10. But the next day I woke up and I'm like, man, Wisconsin is a good-ass freaking team. We just beat a decent team in their house at night.
Yeah, well, they cost me a fucking hundo.
Well, ouch.
Well,
I just took 10. Sorry. You're
not flying to Japan either, Joe.
Yeah. Well, that's another story. So anyway, I wanted to say that I felt really good the next day about winning in overtime in a hostile environment. It really reminded me of the Penn State game last year, where obviously we had to put everything on JT's shoulders. Not that that's a positive thing, but he came through. He delivered, a la Noah Brown for the go-ahead score in overtime.
Great catch.
Yeah. So that kind of leads me into, I guess, my main issue to kind of go back to the issues on the offense. And obviously, timing with JT and the receivers is a big problem. But like I texted you, Jeff, on Saturday night, if you have 10 or 12 receivers, then you don't have 2 or 3 starters. And I'm really tired of this rotation. I think it's becoming a detriment to our team. What do you think, Jeff?
I agree with you. When I saw your text message, I'm like, it's a good point. Good point. I don't like the fact that nobody has separated from the other 9 or 10. Yeah. I understand if they're playing, they're playing 10 to 11 guys a game because their feeling is 10 to 11 guys have all earned the playing time. I want 3 guys that are outperforming those other 7 or 8 to earn all the playing time.
Yeah.
It seems like everybody's doing a bunch, but nobody's doing all of it.
Yeah. And I saw a lot of balls.
It shows.
Yeah.
I can understand why there's timing issues. Mm-hmm. You're not throwing to the same guys. You're throwing to. I think he threw passes at probably 10 different.
A little different.
Exactly.
And different size, different where guys like the ball. I mean, he was throwing. There was third quarter throws to James Clark.
Yep.
Hey,
right through his hands.
James Clark didn't even play a couple games this year. Terry McLaurin, where's Paris Campbell? Chris, what happened to
KJ Hill comes back and gets the first catch right out of the gate.
What happened to Corey Smith? Is he injured?
He has a broken wrist, or hand, whatever.
Okay, all right. I just remember not seeing him, and I don't remember hearing about the injury. But
I haven't seen him for years.
Johnny Dixon doesn't get playing time, but maybe a couple plays.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not. KJ Hill was playing this game, and we hadn't seen him for 5 games. So it's not that other people were. It's just like there's a certain group each game, but it's not the same group every game, and I don't understand. But you're right, though. I think if you have that much competition where there's 12 guys that are equal, there's not 3 elite.
Yeah. What do you think, Henry? You think it comes back to coaching? Like, what's his name? Smith should.
I think he's a great coach, though.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm with you guys. I thought someone would separate. Herb's whole thing this year is the edge. Find the edge and go to it. Well, I think the first edge, I think everybody's good enough to have crossed that edge. But now there's got to be some separation, something that they're seeing that, again, warrants, 3-4 guys getting 80% of the playing time, right. Critical time.
Yeah, let me name off who's leading in receptions. Curtis Samuel, he's an H-back. Dontre Wilson and Noah Brown are tied with receptions, almost identical yardage. Obviously, Noah Brown has the 6 touchdowns to 4 for Dontre. So that tells me those 2 guys should be your starting 2, and then your third could be Paris Campbell or McLaurin. But honestly, I've seen McLaurin totally watch a ball sail through his arms.
He missed one in the end zone last Saturday.
Right. And then at tight end, obviously Marcus Ball is your go-to guy. He's actually, I'm surprised he doesn't have more catches. It seems like he's wide-ass open when he's running some of these deep drag routes across the middle.
He drops a lot of open passes, too.
Yep, he did.
I can't wait till he gets replaced, honestly.
Okay.
I can't wait till we get another tight end.
Well, it's going to be a while because nobody else is getting thrown to. And anyway, Henry, I want to go back to you. You think that this is on the wide receiver coach, or is this Herb trying to please too many people, or what do you think this is?
It makes you wonder that. Me, I'm the conspiracy theorist, but I don't think that necessarily that it's, promised playing time to all these young kids.
Not necessarily promised, but just trying to keep people happy and playing young guys that maybe don't deserve to be out there for as many reps.
Well, I don't know. you look at guys like McLaren and that have been in for 3 years, and it looks like there's probably some better talent that's behind them and even coming in next year. So I think Herb does maybe have some loyalty to some of those older guys, Clark and McLaren, and gives them more than he possibly should. Just because they've been in the system, they're probably good kids. They probably show leadership in the room, and that's what you get. I don't know even if it's wrong. It might be the right thing to do, but it just goes to show you can't keep these young kids off the field. And what if Torrance Gibson was healthy? I mean, he's supposed to be as good or better than all of them, right?
So he's healthy.
Yeah, he's probably healthy. I mean, we don't know because he's not in school. He's coming back though. I mean, as far as everything that's been told, with Torrance Gibson coming back, he was supposed to be a big part of this offense this year. Mm-hmm. We got 3 or probably 2, maybe 3 outstanding kids coming in next year.
Yeah,
Austin Mack was a stud too. I mean, we got a bunch of young kids. All these receivers are coming back. None of them are leaving, except Noah Brown might go pro, but they all have eligibility left. All McLaurin, Clark, all these guys. So I don't think we're losing a single one, are we?
No.
I think every receiver that's played this year has eligibility left after this year.
Yeah, Wilson's an H, so if you want to count him. But
Dontre, yeah.
That's
Dontre.
it. Corey Smith. Yeah.
Right?
Yep, Corey Smith is 5-year. So.
Or 6-year grad student, something like that.
Yeah.
That boy didn't graduate, man. He went to JUCO.
Right. The team he played for was on that Netflix show, Last Chance U.
Yeah.
Down there in
with Swag Kelly.
Yeah.
From Ole Miss. Scuba.
So let's kind of wrap this up on the whiskey game. JT, 21 carries for almost 100 yards and 2 TDs. Obviously, no Buckeye fan is enjoying that number, other than the yardage and the TDs. I guess it had to be done, but his passing yards were okay. He made up like 320 yards of total offense. So it's nice that we have somebody that can do that, but the hits are going to continue to concern me, especially in this meat of the season right now.
I think we have to look at this next game at Penn State. We got to come in with a different game plan, and there shouldn't be any problem executing a different game plan to kind of relieve JT of some of this damage or some of the stress that we're putting on him. Right. There should be no reason why he needs to be doing this again 3 weeks in a row. One stat I was looking through, Joe, I was kind of surprised. Both teams were 6 of 15 on third down conversions.
Yeah.
And that I would have thought we would have lost that battle almost double just watching the game first time through. If somebody would have asked me what was the third down rate, I would have said, they murdered us on that, because it seemed like they hit those big pass plays or an 8-yard run when they needed 7. But
first half for sure, yeah. They were converting everything. It seemed like we were converting nothing. We were getting sacked 2 plays in a row. First half was just a shit show. JT's overthrowing guys. It's going through guys' hands.
It felt like the Michigan State game, man.
Yeah, I was feeling that late into the fourth.
And it's going nowhere.
Yeah. Yeah. You take JT's running out of the game, and we're in big trouble. I mean, seriously. But I was really happy.
Everything looks hard. Like, nothing's easy.
Yeah. We lost time of possession. We lost the yardage totals. We were down on pretty much every statistical category you can look at.
But we're still winning these tight games. The Herb's never lost a road game at Ohio State, and he's undefeated in overtime games.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're continuing to win, but and before we would say, well, of course we're supposed to we're head and shoulders above everybody in the Big Ten. We shouldn't have these close games. The Big Ten's getting to a point where we're going to have these big games, in these tough games. Like the SEC, we don't have the depth that the SEC does yet. But in the SEC, everybody loses at least once a year. I mean, Bama's only had one undefeated season in the last 8.
What's tougher than the Big Ten East? I mean, that's.
Well, if Nebraska and Wisconsin were in the East, I'd say yeah. But Michigan State, they're having a down year.
Yeah,
they're gone.
Really down.
It's us in Michigan and Wisconsin, and then there's a drop off because we don't even know about Nebraska yet. They haven't really played anybody yet.
Yeah, I'm not sold about Nebraska.
Yeah,
like last year's Iowa.
Exactly.
They got to have whiskey coming up, right? We'll see about that.
It's got to be broken. Those kids have played their ass off against 2 good teams back to back, and
mix in LSU, man. That's no joke.
Yeah, LSU's coming around too.
I mean, imagine having to get up for those 3 games in your first half of your season. That's got to be difficult on a coaching staff and the players. Anyway, I'll let you know when I feel that. So, moving right along. I was happy with Samuel's 18 touches. He had 12 carries and 6 catches. Did all right. It's definitely a point of emphasis after last week's shit show. He did well. He was the leading receiver, of course. So I was happy about that. You guys have any gripes with anybody's touches?
No, but just some of the play calling with Samuel. His speed is such an asset. I felt like we were running him up the middle a little bit too much to start the game.
Yeah.
That and against the 3-4 defense with great and very quick, athletic outside linebackers. I don't care what you say about the white guys Wisconsin has. That Sitchy dude is real deal.
Yeah.
He'll play in the NFL.
Yeah.
J.C. Watt, T.J. Watt, where the fuck? He'll play in the NFL. You can't run the option to the short side of the field with optioning the end when the linebacker's being untouched.
Yep.
I don't give a fuck how fast you are. You're taking away your speed by running to the boundary on the option. JT's already past where the tight end would be by the time he pitches it. When Samuel gets the ball, he's past the numbers. Where the hell is he going to go?
Right.
Play call. That wasn't doing him no favors.
Show some creativity with the play calling, man.
Yeah, that's the thing is Herb tends to be aggressive in many cases, but then goes super conservative in others. It's really frustrating. I don't know. I don't know if it's Tim Beck or Warner up there, and Herb's not overruling them, or I'm not sure what's going on with the play calling.
As far as we've been told, Warner's the one that calls the plays.
Mm-hmm. But then what the hell's
he's the
Beck
play
doing
caller
up there? Just
he's sitting right next
water?
to him. I don't know, man. It's weird that both of them are sitting right beside each other.
Yeah.
And because Zach Smith does most of the coordinating on the sideline, coming down. It seems like, when there's timeouts and stuff, they're talking to Smith, and Coach Smith is relaying to the quarterbacks or has the ear of the quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Just repeating what Warner or Beck are saying. I'm not sure. We don't know. We don't know enough about the inner workings of their program to say, well, why wasn't Beck down on the sideline? Why couldn't he be down on the sideline talking to him? And I don't know.
And he's the quarterback's coach. Shouldn't he have the ear of the fucking quarterback?
Yeah, I'm sure that's who JT calls when he scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. The play calling,
There's no creativity, man.
Yeah.
No,
when are we going to go back to attacking the edges? I still do not see these things, except if it's an option.
Well, Jeff's saying that you couldn't with those backers out there. Then okay, more mismatches, putting backers on Wilson and Samuel.
Yeah, and that's to the short side of the field too. We're taking away our speed when we're running to the sideline where that's like the 12th defender.
I swear we do that a lot.
Yeah,
we do run a lot to the short side, and not the option play. You can't. The option play needs space
because
you're running out of it as you're going to the sideline.
We can get away with it on some teams though.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Not against good defenses. Yeah.
No, not against linebackers. With this skill, that Sitchy dude had fucking 13 tackles.
Yeah.
So did Baker.
11 or 13 solo tackles.
Yeah.
Baker played great.
Yeah.
Worley played great. Lattimore played great.
You're hard pressed to find somebody that didn't play great on the Buckeye defense, other than Arnett getting toasty. Webb got a little toasty on that seam route in the first quarter. Again, I'm gonna call out Webb. I don't think he's a great, even though he was a corner, he's not a great cover safety, at least not from what I'm seeing. But anyways, I transition into the defense since you guys touched on it. Obviously, you got to go huge props on our guy Nick Bosa.
Yes,
the new 97. This kid continues to make plays. His snaps are getting increased. This D line is just playing out of their minds, man. Who else do you want to touch on, Sean? Besides our guy Baker.
I'm looking at the stat sheet and I see D tackle Draymond Jones 8 tackles, 8 freaking tackles for a D tackle. That's getting after it.
Yeah,
that's making some plays down in the trenches now. Rare you see a D tackle with that many tackles.
Yeah. How about Sammy Hubby?
He's always making plays. If
he's
not making
it, him and Bosa, they're both high motor guys. They are not stopping, man.
Yeah. 2
and
sacks.
If Hubbard's not making the play, he's taking on a blocker or forcing the guy back another way, and somebody else making the play. He's taking care of his assignments. He just doesn't always get the big tackle or the big sack.
Yeah.
But he's in on everything.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that doesn't light up a stat sheet, but he's very effective.
Yeah, he's a fucking safety playing the end.
Yeah. Right.
What the hell's he doing?
As soon as he figures it out, he's definitely got NFL potential, I think.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
I think they're going to like what he can bring, because he might be able to play outside linebacker in a 3-4 in the NFL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My guy Jalen Holmes still continues to make plays. He had a sack, 2 TFLs. Love that kid, man. I don't know how he's not getting more playing time. Honestly, he's if Tyquan wasn't so freaking good, Holmes would definitely be a starter.
Oh yeah,
Holmes is a beast. What is he in his 3rd year?
Oh, I thought
Holmes is in
2 years.
Holmes is in the same class as
He's
Hubbard.
a junior. He's a junior.
They're juniors, yeah, true juniors.
Yeah. So
part of that Raekwon Hubbard class.
I agree. Jalen Holmes is an overlooked player, but we're just so deep right there.
Right.
It's unbelievable.
Right.
And with the 4 of them playing the 4 that we're talking about together, we have to be. We got to be able to defend the run as well. If we, I think they're going to keep moving to more of that, getting those 4, or different combinations of those 4 on the field as much as possible. But we got to make sure we're able to defend the inside run too. When we get the lead and when teams are got to be passing the ball, that's when obviously it's going to be easier for us to get those guys out there. But yeah, they're putting those 4 out there on a 3rd and 13.
Oh God,
I like our chances because our DBs too. It's not like we're trying to hide our DBs really. Maybe Webb, but and if they're already not looking at Lattimore's way, and then we got those 4 animals coming after you, fuck, that's when it gets easy pickings.
Well, yeah.
So,
What's great is late in the game when they're panicked to make a play, and you're bringing these guys.
Play in question. Last play of the game.
Yeah,
all four of them were at the quarterback to end the game.
Yep. Any one of those guys could have made that sack. That dude didn't even have time to turn around and see who was open.
He was deer in the headlights.
No, he went back to throw, said, "Oh shit," tucked it, and then bam, done. And it was just fitting to see all four of them. The package that we all love to see on the field. All four of them would have made that play. I think Taekwon actually got a hold of him first, but great play, great defensive stand. I was going ballistic here. Woke up my daughters. Ava came running downstairs. She goes, "We must have won, didn't we?" I said, "You're goddamn right we did." Go to bed.
Yeah. So awesome ending to a great game. That's almost an all-timer.
Yeah. Great win. Not that I didn't want to be too hard on it, but that's a solid ass win in Camp Randall.
Yep. That's going to go a long way to build our resume. I think even more so than the Oklahoma win. Those dudes wouldn't hold a candle to fucking Wisconsin.
No, I think Wisconsin would fucking beat the shit out of Oklahoma.
At their stadium, probably. So, yeah. Just quick to finish up, a couple things I got to touch on because this is my kind of pet peeve is penalties. 4 for 40, but one of them was a 15-yarder on Herb getting blasted by the ref in the face. Seriously, we still going through this get back shit? Honestly,
it's every game, man. And that actual play, because when they called silent interference, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me again? After we've already been warned. Right. Then they showed the replay. That ref had 1 foot. There's the what is it, 2 yards or 3 yards of the white, probably 3 yards deep of the white, and then there's the green again.
Yeah.
He had 1 foot in the green where the people are supposed to be, and 1 foot in the white barrier where nobody's supposed to be standing.
Right.
That ref in that instance, because it was on tape, Herb was into the white a little bit, but that guy was almost onto our sideline too.
Yeah.
He wasn't in his correct position either,
because
that 3 yards, he's supposed to be within that 3 yard or that white area.
Yeah.
He was
some replay on that shit.
Yeah, they should review that shit.
Because that's what I noticed. I'm like, well, look how fucking far over he is.
Right.
He's way off of the sideline. He was way off of the sideline. It wasn't like Herb was out leaning over the sideline.
He had
like
1
foot on
one
the
foot
field.
in, 1 foot out. Yeah, it definitely was not penalty worthy. I think had we not had the warning previously, I think when you warn somebody, then you kind of get that bullseye on you, and the ref is just looking to throw that shit again.
Yeah.
I think it was a case of that, and it's something we've been dealing with. Like it seems like every week.
It is every week.
It is, yeah, every week. I honestly think we have got that penalty.
It could have cost us this week.
Yeah, exactly.
And shit, we were backed up to the 10-yard line after that penalty.
Yeah.
And he said in his press conference he was pissed. He said he felt horrible that he did that to the team.
Right.
He said, but it's a stupid ass rule. They need to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Nah, that's a little bit of,
It's bluster. Yeah.
Rules are the rules. Stay the fuck back, Herb.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like he wasn't. It wasn't egregious. It wasn't like he was on the field.
You know what though? I feel, and correct me if I'm wrong. I look at sidelines a lot of games. The refs give the sidelines a lot of leeway in college football.
Yeah, especially after like a turnover and 50 dudes come on the field. Oh,
exactly. And
let your quarterback get tackled near the sideline, kind of close to the whistle.
Yeah.
I mean, there's almost a goddamn riot or witch hunt. People screaming, throw the flag, throw the flag.
I feel like maybe we need to clean it up over there because I think they are fairly liberal. And if they're calling it, I've never seen anybody get called this much for sideline shit.
No, man. It's like, and that's the thing. Maybe we've gained a reputation around the league now, that they're going to look for that shit.
I think that's very likely because the teams we play, it's not like, if it's a certain crew, because these crews stay together, right?
It's
the
Big
referee
Ten crews. Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's pretty much the same crew. They travel together. They don't just mix and match. The teams we play don't get called for this shit.
No.
I mean, every now and then we'll get a warning against our opposition, but
Right.
I don't think any team we played this year has gotten a penalty for it. So it's not just the crews the certain crews that we get are strict about it. They're strict about it with us. If we're the only ones, why are we the only ones doing it? And if so, then if we're the only ones, correct it, fix it.
Yeah.
Quit fucking doing it.
Yeah, it makes it look like you got a reputation.
Yeah. And so they're talking. Well, how was the game? Ohio State, they're always on the goddamn field. We're always running up and down, hitting people. I got Coach Meyer in the fucking eyebrow last week.
Yeah, I ran through a fucking water bottle last week.
Watch out for those Buckeyes over there, be tripping you up on the sideline.
Yeah, right, a la Tomlin.
Right.
Yeah. So,
but they got to fix it. They got to fix it. But overall, though, Joe, outside of the one stupid penalty on Herb, 4 for 40. I mean, at least there's improvement.
Yep, very much. I was happy about it. And I know Wisconsin could have had a few more holding calls.
We might have too, but so I think that plays a little bit into the 4 for 40. They were kind of letting them play down there, I thought. Oh
yeah, definitely. But that's fine. Everything worked out, and we're moving on to Penn State. So let's transition into that. It's an 8:00 game. Obviously, they want to white out.
They're racist.
Yeah. They're wearing their sheets on their heads.
These motherfuckers are going to get stomped. Dude.
Yeah. This is going to get ugly. We're a 20-point favorite. You know the drill. The first quarter is loud, and then things quiet down real quick.
I don't know. Penn State looked pretty good in a couple games. I haven't really watched them this year, but they've looked good as of late.
Yeah, they're 4-2. Not terrible, but they beat up on some patsies like Kent State, Temple.
Did you see what Michigan did to them?
Yeah, I did. That was hard to watch.
Complete domination.
Right. And
they couldn't breathe against Michigan.
Minnesota's not a terrible team. They beat them in overtime by a field goal.
Not a terrible team. They barely lost to them. They should have won that Pitt game.
Yep.
Yeah. That was a close game. But who the fuck is Pitt? I have zero. I say they're going to. Do you want my prediction? I'll give it to you right now. I think we win by 35.
Have you seen the forecast?
I don't. No, I haven't. I still think we win by 35.
It's a high of 49 with 21-mile-an-hour winds.
Yikes.
I think we run for 400 yards.
All right. Well,
last year, Saquon Barkley went for a couple hundred on us at our place.
Yeah, that's exactly where I was leading into. He just busted off 200 against Maryland. I realize it's Maryland, but those guys get paid to play too. I mean, get paid in scholarship. That kid's freaking good. He might be the best back in the league, in the conference anyway.
He is. Yeah, I'm not taking anything away from it. I know that kid can play. I have zero confidence in their coach.
Yeah.
I have zero confidence in their coach, and as an overall talent evaluator.
Right.
So I just don't think they have the horses to play with us. I think we come in pissed off, and we shut up that crowd quickly. Now, 21-mile-an-hour winds. Our passing game has not been lighting the world on fire. So, the score could slow our scoring down some. I don't think this game is close in any way. I don't think at any point anything's in question. I think it's total domination by us.
Well, what's interesting with this team this year is they switched to a spread attack because they got rid of that big cement block, Hackenberg, and they can actually have a quarterback that runs the ball. This kid's running for almost 100 yards a game. Trace McSorley, and he'll whip it around the field too. He threw for 335 against Minnesota. He's run for. He had 75 against Minnesota and a touchdown. And with Barkley, seems to me like we're going to have a lot of running coming in our face.
If he's going to run that much, that quarterback isn't going to make it 4 quarters. He's going to get hurt.
Yeah, that's very possible. Is that the Crypt Keeper coming in? Who is that?
Dr. Death.
So, any feedback on what we should expect? Obviously, you guys had to hear that their linebacking core is decimated. Like, all their starters are injured, and even some of their backups, they might be like 7 guys down in the linebacking core.
Wow. And we came out of Wisconsin pretty much healthy, right? I didn't see anything on any
Jamarco Jones got dinged up, but he's fine. He only missed like a series. That was about it. Corey Smith's probably still.
Yeah, I want to see Mike Weber run the ball more. If it takes running for 400 yards, we can't pass. But their defense is sorry. Yeah, they'll move the ball around, and the quarterback will run around. The running back is a stud. He definitely is. But I don't think they can't stop us at all.
I mean,
Herb is not going to take any mercy on fucking James Franklin.
No,
fucking scumbag. Dude, if we get a chance to roll it up and be aggressive and really put it to them at their place, I think we're going to take full advantage of that. And I don't think Herb gives 2 shits. I mean, he's usually pretty cool and calm about that stuff. Yeah. But I had 20-mile-an-hour winds.
Well, we should be used to it. I mean, haven't we played our last few games in pretty shitty weather? So, I don't know, maybe we're finally getting it. Or that's the game plan. All right, grind one out. Win late. Don't let it get away from you. Don't make any stupid mistakes. That feels the way I feel like we've been playing afraid. And, doing
but
enough.
I don't consider Penn State anywhere near the talent of Wisconsin. Anywhere near the talent.
No. I will say,
or as hostile of a place to play at.
I would compare them to Indiana on the defensive side of the ball. They're 40th in the nation in yards allowed, and they're allowing 28.5 a game. So that's right in line with Indiana. Indiana's 38, Michigan State's 39. So I don't think they're going to be pushovers on D. We may take them into deep waters and put up a few late, but even with the issues at linebacker, their D-line's still really strong. Reaction!
I don't know. I'm just trying to process all of it. And if the linebackers are that beat up, I mean, how are you going to stop Barrett and Weber and Samuel? We probably won't need to throw a pass if what you guys are saying is truthful. But
I wouldn't lie to you.
I don't know. I think who's got it?
I think we're going to win by 30. We're going to be in the 30s. It's going to be 42 or 45 to 6, 42 to 10 at the at the least.
No way.
Right, let's do a quick hot seat. Okay, ladies, let's go. Give me your 2 players to watch. Who's under your microscope this week? 1 offense, 1 defense. Let's start with you, Sean.
On defense, my microscope is on Raekwon McMillan. It is going to be Saquon Barkley all day long, and Raekwon McMillan needs to stop that shit. I'm telling you, I feel like I noticed Raekwon hesitating, just because he's unsure. He's trying not to. He's playing scared. He's trying not to fuck up. I want him to play like his ass is on fire and get after it. So on defense, my mic's on him to slow down Barkley, because I don't want to see Barkley do what he did to us last year. He ran all over us in our house, and that ain't acceptable.
Who do you like on offense?
On offense, I like everybody except J.T. Barrett. I don't want to see J.T. Barrett run the ball 20 times again. I don't. Last time we needed him to in Happy Valley. We don't need him to this time. So let's just 10 is the over-under on JT Barrett runs. That's it. So let's get it to Weber. Let's get it to Samuel. Let's get it to everybody. Let's decide which receivers we like maybe. Out of let's narrow it down to 9. Get them out there and see.
Okay.
So that's it.
Jeff, I'm going to come back to you, Henry, for a prediction. 1 sec.
Gotcha.
Jeff, who do you got? Offense, defense.
I have a NASA-level telescope on Damon Webb this week.
Okay, I like that.
Yes, they Penn State does have tight ends. He needs to step up. He needs to show me something. Damon Webb and Mike Weber. I want to see Mike Weber run the rock. I want to see him be the main horse, getting 20, 25 carries. Our Detroit connection. I want to see him shine through this week.
Yeah, I like that. So I'm gonna give you my quick ones. Number 1 on offense, because I'm gonna start there, is whoever is playing the wide receiver Z position, whether it's McLaurin, Clark, Victor, whomever. I want to see some production out of that position, and I would preferably like one person to be the option, not 3. I think we got to really start paring down these reps for these guys, and we need 2 or 3 guys to really step up and take hold of their positions. I'm tired of this dirty dozen rotation that we got going on. So
with 20-mile-an-hour winds, you're going to be waiting.
Well, show me something.
Got something to show you.
Well, but I understand what you're saying, Joe. If our passing game was effective and we were, like the first 2 games of the season, it was great when 10 people were catching the ball because we were throwing. Our success rate was outstanding.
Sure, we're throwing against garbage,
and you're still seeing 12 guys rotating in and out, and nobody's catching the ball. Yeah. That's when it becomes a fucking problem.
Right.
So yeah.
Right. I understand.
I hear you. Let's see a set of 3 or a set of 4 all game and just run them.
Yeah. At least
see what happens.
At least
same
75%.
Over the course of the game.
I think Noah Brown needs 75% of the snaps, and either McLaurin or Clark needs 75% of the snaps. Preferably McLaurin if he can catch a goddamn ball. So let's shuffle over to the defense. This defense is playing so great. It's hard to pick something out. Jeff touched on Webb earlier. I'm going to focus on our nickelback, whether it's Ward, Arnett, whomever. I really need to see some improvement there. The last 2-3 weeks, those dudes have been getting torched for big-time yardage. Specifically, I'm looking at you, Arnett. Last week it was
getting
Ward.
picked on you, right?
So, and these guys, Ward's a little smaller, but there's no excuse for not being in position. That's not coaching. So, those are my 2 to point at. Let's continue the round-robin rotation here with predictions. Henry, what do you got?
I got it 31-17 Buckeyes.
Okay. I like that. Jeff?
42-6.
Ooh. 2 field goals or a missed extra point?
Something. I don't know when the Bucks are going down.
All right.
In whiteout conditions, I don't know, man. Hostile environment.
Yeah. You putting a lot into that?
I guess they just came out of.
I'm not putting money. I'm not putting any money down, but
no,
I feel pretty strong about us dominating the football game. Yes. If that point spread stays 20, we easily cover, and I'm thinking we win by at least in the 30s.
Yeah.
Either way you slice, I think we're winning. I think our margin is going to be somewhere in the 30 points, 30 plus points.
So let me quickly ask you guys this question: you think getting up for another night game, maybe it's not such the big stage, but pretty big stage. I mean, it's a hostile environment again, back-to-back weeks. Both teams were on bye weeks prior to their game with us. So you guys think that has no effect on this game?
Well, I think it's going to be a tough game. I think it's going to be a game into the fourth quarter where the Buckeyes score again late and put it away and win by 2 to 3 scores. Okay. But it's going to be you're going to watch it deep.
Yeah.
I don't think you're turning it off at halftime.
All right. I'm going to go because this is another tough defense, and I feel like the Buckeyes may have a slight hangover in that first quarter. I see another slow start coming, like every freaking game so far. I also think we cover, but it's not going to be pretty. I'm going to go 37-10. Yeah, 37-10. And it's going to be, like Sean said, it's going to go into the fourth quarter where, couple calls, couple plays could go either way and decide the game. All right?
All right.
Let's try and work on a segment next week where we talk about the Buckeyes in the NFL. Does that sound good to you guys?
I don't watch the NFL.
Sure.
Research that shit. So, but yeah.
Are you racist?
I'll take the boys eat.
Yeah. All right. That sounds good. Anything else? Any closing thoughts? Predictions? How many times do you think Herb will get flagged for being in the ref box?
If he does this week again, or some fucking bastard, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah.
I'm almost I'm expecting the sideline infraction penalty. Like, we need to keep it going at this point. We're 6 games in, right? Let's just keep it going. Let's just, we've been winning every game. It's like, good luck. Get the sideline infraction out of the way. First fucking 2 plays of the game.
Yeah.
Just fucking chuck the first referee you see. Just stick an elbow. Bam. Okay, there's the flag. All right, now we can go on. Now we don't have to kill the suspense.
That sounds good to me.
I definitely think we'll get one. I mean, there's my bold prediction. I say we get one this game. I say we get a sideline infraction this game.
I'll take that money. I'm going. Look, I don't have us covering the 20. I'm gonna try and get my 100 back this week. We'll see.
Yeah, go double or nothing on that. All right, boys, that was a good one. Way to bring the knowledge, kick some shit. Once again, Buckeye Nation, this is the Buckeye Cast. Subscribe to us on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud. Also, hit us up on the website, thebuckeyecast.com. We're on.
Or you can call me on my phone and I'll talk to you.
Yeah? You want to give out your number?
No.
All right.
I'm not giving out my phone number.
Hit us up on social media, and we'll set up a 900 number for your late night discretions. So once again, hit us up on social media at the Buckeye Cast. I want to thank Jeff over in the O-Town. He's gone.
He gone.
Yes, bro. Good talk to y'all. We'll take care.
Good to see you. Henry, up in the D.
Sayonara.
Still can't let that go. Yeah, that stuff stays with you, doesn't it? Goodness. All right. Talk to you, Buckeye Nation. Let's go kick some pansy lion ass.
Peace.
Peace.
Later, boys.
Oh.
It's fun.